Walking outside for a second. Look at the nearest dead bird or that roadkill on the side of the road. Now imagine someone telling you that's lunch. For a vulture it is. For you, it's a death sentence. Why? Let's go. I want you to be somewhere else for a minute. It's early morning cold. The forest is quiet. Not complete silence, natural silence. Wind moving through trees, birds calling overhead, your own breath. In front of you in the damp leaves there's a deer. It died 2 days ago, no wounds, just bloated tight as a drum, covered in flies buzzing so loud you feel it in your teeth. Whether you stay alive depends almost entirely on what you do in the next few minutes. Whether you eat this or walk away. Because you're hungry. Really hungry. The kind of hunger that makes your stomach fold in on itself. And then you hear wings. A vulture drops out of the trees. Ugly, bald, hunched. It doesn't hesitate. It walks right up to that swollen belly and tears it open. Tears open that swollen belly and starts eating, slurping down meat that's been rotting in the sun for 48 hours, writhing with maggots. For him, this is a 5-star buffet. For you, that same bite would kill you in days. So what is actually happening here? Why does nature get a free buffet that would murder you? The first thing most people imagine is that rotting meat becomes poisonous. Like the meat itself goes bad, turns into poison. Actually, that's not what happens at all. The meat is still meat. The proteins, the fats, they're still there. What's changed is who else is living in it. When that deer died, it stopped defending itself, and within hours it became a city. Bacteria that were already inside it, in its gut, in its blood, they broke out. Clostridium, salmonella. The stuff that makes botulism, botulinum. They don't need oxygen. They love the dark warm inside of a dead body. And they start doubling. Every 20 minutes, twice as many. Then twice as many again. They're not making the meat poisonous on purpose. They're just eating. They're having lunch before you do. And as they eat, they leave behind waste, toxins. Cadaverine, putrescine, literally named after corpses, and a soup of chemicals that your cells read as danger. So rotting isn't the meat turning bad. Rotting is the meat being eaten by something else first. You're not looking at spoiled food. You're looking at someone else's crowded, overflowing dinner table, which raises a fascinating question. If that's all it is, just bacteria, why can the vulture eat it? Vultures don't have magic blood. They aren't immune to death. They have weapons. Let's go. Open up a vulture and the first thing you'd find is its stomach. Yours right now is around pH 2 to 3. 5. His is pH 1, battery acid. It doesn't digest the bacteria, it annihilates them. Anthrax spores that would kill a cow. Botulism toxin that would paralyze you with a single microgram. Cholera salmonella. Gone. Melted in that acid lake before it can even reach his intestines. But acid alone isn't enough, because some things survive acid. So past the stomach, the vulture has a second trick. His gut is a war zone. It's filled with bacteria that are built for exactly this. Clostridia and fusobacteria that would cause gangrene in you. But in him, they outcompete the invaders. They fight rot with rot, and his immune system doesn't panic. When you get food poisoning, a lot of what makes you feel like you're dying is your own body freaking out. Vomiting, fever, inflammation. That's your immune system overreacting. A vulture's immune system is calm. It has proteins that neutralize toxins without setting its whole body on fire. It's a perfect system. Disgusting, brutal, perfect. And here's the weird part. You had a version of this once. Forget everything movies taught you about strong cavemen stomachs that could eat anything off the forest floor. That they were tougher than you with iron guts. Actually, they were already getting weaker on purpose. Let's go back. 5 million years ago. You smell smoke. Not forest fire smoke. Campfire smoke. Someone figured it out. Fire. The single most important technology our ancestors ever touched. And it changed your stomach forever. Think about what cooking actually is. It's pre-digestion outside your body. Which raises a fascinating question. If fire does the killing for you, what happens to the killer inside you? Let's go. You take a piece of raw meat, full of parasites, bacteria, tough fibers you can't break, and you hold it over flame. The heat kills everything living in it before it ever touches your tongue. It breaks the proteins apart, softens them. When you started cooking, you outsourced the killing. Before fire, your ancestors needed that vulture acid. They needed a stomach that was pH 1. 5. A long, nasty gut that could ferment and fight. They were scavengers sometimes, picking at what lions left behind, and their bodies paid for it every single day with energy. Once you had fire, you didn't need it anymore. So evolution did what it always does when you stop using something. It turned it down. Your stomach acid got weaker. Your gut got shorter. Way shorter than a chimp's, than a wolf's. Your small intestine got longer instead. Perfect for soaking up easy, cooked calories. Fast, it's an efficiency equation. Why spend 20% of your daily energy maintaining a biohazard furnace in your belly to eat rotten meat? When you can spend 5% keeping a fire alive that does the same job and also keeps you warm and scares away lions. One human is vulnerable. One human with fire becomes something entirely different. We didn't lose our iron stomach because we got weak. We lost it because we got smart. But that leaves a problem. If your stomach is weaker, how do you not accidentally eat the deer anyway? You need a new alarm system. Let's go. Smell that again. That sweet, sharp smell of the deer. A dog smells that deer and his tail wags. To him, that smell means dinner. To you, it means get away. That's not you being soft. That's disgust, ancient software. Your brain makes you gag before you can make a bad decision. Inside your nose, you have special receptors that are tuned to exactly two molecules, cadaverine and putrescine, the chemicals that rotting bacteria make. You can smell them at a few parts per billion, a teaspoon in an entire swimming pool. When those molecules hit your nose, they don't go to your thinking brain first. They go straight to your disgust center, the insula, the same place that makes you recoil from feces and vomit. Disgust isn't weakness. It's a superpower that replaced acid. Your body realized it couldn't dissolve the danger anymore, so it learned to smell danger before it ever gets inside you. And it worked, so well that you never even think about it. You walk past trash, past roadkill, and you hold your breath without deciding to. And when that software fails, when you're starving and that deer still smells like meat, your body has one last defense. It goes to war. Vomiting, diarrhea, fever. That's not the food hurting you. That's your tribe's immune system trying to save you before the rot does. So here's what really happened. You didn't lose the ability to eat rotten meat. You traded it. Fire pre-digested your food, so your body traded gut for brain. It doubled the calories you could get from every bite and spent the savings somewhere else. It grew your brain. The ancient human who could stomach a week-old rabbit wasn't stronger than you. He just hadn't met fire yet. Your disgust isn't weakness. It's ancient software, written in nausea and perfume and the memory of fevers that has kept your family alive for 1,000,000 years. The ancient human who turned his nose up at that bloated deer wasn't weak. He was the reason you exist. He chose hunger today so his family wouldn't die tomorrow. That disgust you feel when you sniff old chicken and throw it away, that's not you being picky. That's him still keeping you alive. The rot is still out there. You just learn not to eat it.